delivering on Plan Belize.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Sun Up on 7. It's Wednesday, and like we promised, we bring you the energy to carry on today and, of course, carry on for the rest of the week. This golf was quite an interesting conversation. I saw so many people gravitating towards it. So get your balance, your strategies working, because there's more than one tournament coming up. Like Chris Leonard shared on the chat, there's a tournament every month. So by all means, get involved into this new sport. It's time for us to get into our next conversation. This is very exciting because we're talking with our very own Chantel Neal in a different capacity, and she's here talking about the business and finance bootcamp.
Yes.
So Chantel is going to give us an insight into what the bootcamp is about, the objectives, and how can you get involved. Because as you rightly mentioned, this is the year where...
It's our Jordan year, baby.
Yes, we make all these financial goals happen.
Definitely. It is a pleasure to be on set this
Yes,
morning.
yes.
Good morning to everyone that's watching.
Whenever we say Chantel Neal, this is Chantel.
This is Chantel, guys.
You can see.
This is a number I be sending out to so much people.
I wear multiple hats, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
today I'm sitting in my coaching hat today.
Very well.
As you mentioned, Jordan year. A lot of people, when they start the year, they're all excited and they say they're going to win. This is the year they're going to win their finances. But the question is for us this morning is, how are we going to win? Do you have a plan in place? And so I have a group, Business and Finance Bootcamp. I've been running it for like over 2 years.
Okay.
And so it's just a space where people who want to learn how to start small businesses or to get their finances in order, to meet, and so there I offer tips and counsels on how to do better, and I'm not there as somebody who don't know. I've been sitting in the seat at once where I wanted to know. So we're all there to learn.
All right. So it sounds like it's a group that has, different capacities where people are at different levels where
Yes.
they are on their financial goals. So from the green ones that are saying, please help me, to the ones that are saying, here, I have this
Definite.
sound advice
Definite.
ongoing. So how can people join this bootcamp?
Well, I'm on Facebook, and so you just send a request, and then I invite you. I add you to the group.
Okay.
So far, we have over 40 members, and I just send out daily little tips just to help you along the way. And I mean, this is what we need. We need support.
Definitely.
There are two things. We weren't born with a parenting guidebook, and we weren't born with a finance guidebook. But there are many
Amen.
people out there, professionals who are able to, who we can learn from. And I've tapped into a few of them, Lynn Richardson and Dave Ramsey, and these are the people who have helped me. They're not local, they're Americans, but these are the people who can help us, or who has helped me to be where I am along this journey when it comes to business and finance.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
you're saying like this group is kind of like a mentorship tool as well
Yeah,
for
it
people
is.
out there.
It is.
Because they can sign in, and when they're a part of it, you're sending out tips. They can ask more questions,
Yes.
and people can share their failures, their successes in the group together collectively.
Definitely. And one of the things I want to do this year is to do lives.
Ooh.
Where people can, join in, listen, share as well. But as we are moving along, we want to have a better year. We don't just want to say it, but we want to make sure that at the end of the year, our finances look better. We are on the path to success.
An actuality.
Definite.
Yeah, and we have you in this green jacket, which
Means
which
show me the
means
money,
show me the money,
guys.
put it out there. So
Definitely. Show me the money.
show me the money. So Chantel, let's take the opportunity you're here to give us some tips into how can we make this a better financial year.
Well, I want to first start off by saying that one stream of income is hazardous to our wealth.
Definitely.
And I mean that because we are so used to having our 8 to 5. And we live off that 8 to 5 as the best way we can. But this year, 2023, I want to encourage you to create multiple streams of income, to have a better life. Gone are the days when you only have one stream of income. There always has to be a little side hustle going on. Let's think about the pandemic. We just kind of passed through one.
Right.
Let's think about being laid off. What do you do? you know, and this is where the side hustles come in. If you have something going on the side, when things like these come up, you are not pulling out your hair wondering what's next, what's next,
Right.
what's next.
Yeah.
All right, so you always have to have multiple streams of income going, and I want to say up to 5 if you can. I have several.
Okay.
I have several. You know, one of which being here and set up is one of mine. You know, I am here before my actual 9 to 5. You know, and so that's one way you can do it. If you have time, do a little something before you go to work.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an online something for a
Consultancy
couple
or
hours, or after work. You know, you have to be able to balance
Okay.
yourself.
So, question with that, Chantel, is like, how does somebody identify my side hustle, right? So, like, what needs to happen there?
Talent,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you say my talent can generate me income? Like, what needs to happen? And then you said something about balance. How do we strike that?
Definitely, you have to find your purpose. Think about what you love. Don't go do something that you already know you cannot make it. Think about what people are complimenting you on.
Ah,
What people are saying, hey, you're good at that. You know, think about it. You know, because those are things that are your strengths. You know, and those are the things you want to maximize on. You know, to start a small business. Are you good at sewing? You sew well? Hey, start something there. Are you good at graphics? Start something there. What else? What else can we add? What are you good at, Renata? I know you have your 8 to 5.
I have my 8 to 5, then I
Uh-huh.
have Sun Up
Yes.
as well, then I do hosting
Yes.
as well, and then I'm into some real estate at the
Definitely.
side too
So
as
this
well.
is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The days of 8 to 5 is gone. You want to make it your year, you want to make it your Jordan year, then you need to create multiple streams of income.
very well.
So when the bottom falls out of from that 8 to 5, you're not left to what next.
That is so true.
Right? So we always have to be ahead of the game.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that. So, what's the next step?
Well, the next step I'd like to say is that you need to be when you have found out what you are good at and you begin to promote, hey, I'm starting to sew, this is what I have, then you need to treat that business like a business. Right? You need to treat it like a business, be consistent. One of my biggest pet peeves is for those people who are selling online, and I'm speaking into your souls right now. You post something, you don't put the details. People have to ask you what's the price. I mean, that's
It's
not how
annoying.
business
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
You know, and then people go off into rants like, you know, what's the price? Everybody's asking, what's the price? What's the price? I'm like, you're not serious about business. You post something, you put your description, you put the price. That's business. People don't have to be asking you, what's the price, right? So be consistent, treat it like a business. You know you have to get up, you get up at that time, you get it done because this is your side hustle, which could possibly be your full-time gig
Yeah.
if it develops into something bigger.
True.
No, one of the most important things I want to say before I leave is that a lot of times people want to be entrepreneurs, and all of us have entrepreneurs skills in us, right? But it is key for you to have an 8 to 5. All right? It is key for you to have an 8 to 5 to help you to develop the side hustle. A lot of Belizeans, we do it the reverse. We want to become entrepreneurs. We don't have any money to start up with. Your 8 to 5 is your startup money.
Right.
So don't quit your job and take on a hustle that hasn't even developed as yet.
Doesn't make sense.
Give it time to grow. Give it time to flourish. You know, have your customer base before you think about quitting your job because you will go back. You will have to go back to your job if it doesn't work out, right?
If the job's still the day.
You know, so that's one of the things I want to say, as well as your kids. Your kids are one of your biggest money maker people.
So how do we utilize our kids that seem to take money from us more than give money?
Well, we have to teach them. I have two boys. I'm one of those kids that used to sell things at school shamelessly, you know. And selling at school, my grandma would make popcorn. She would do all kind of thing, powder bun I sell at school, and that's the way I would be able to get whatever extra I would need. Maybe there's a tennis coming out. I remember Skechers used to come out, clogs used to come out, and I used to want them, but I used to have to buy them. You know, even clothing. My grandma used to sew, I would sell, purchase the cloth, and she would sew whatever I would ask to sew.
Wow.
You know? But our kids, we have to teach them from their little about business, and we have to teach them about money. I have 2 boys, and they sell toys, because they like to eat. And so they have to pay for food. That's just a side, that's a joke, people.
Right.
But it's important for us to teach our children about business and about finances, because this will help them when they get older as well. Sean, who is 7, he has a book that he's selling.
Okay.
It's a book on Amazon, a coloring book. We did it with Miss Tiffany Sampson. But he's excited. He's excited about having his own little business going. On Sundays, the grandma would send things from the States, and they would ask for toys, and they sell toys.
And they're
The
excited
little one
about that.
he's still learning because he wants to hold on to everything, and the big one will tell him we can't eat toys. You know, so he's already understanding the concept of we can't have all and toys, so we can't play with all and toys.
Definitely.
1 or 2 is just enough. The others we will sell.
I really like that, getting kids really involved, because I think that's where I find an issue sometimes, actually, where parents are so involved in their businesses, they're doing their side hustle, they have their main job, and where does the family life come into, where the kids come into? And I've seen it before, where you have your kids being involved in every single aspect of your jobs and everything. Your family is there with you.
Definitely.
Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Because there is, apart from just making money, you have to strike a balance in your life too, as well, incorporating family.
Definite. Well, I'd first like to say, get you a partner who will support you.
Here it
Valentine
is.
just went by.
Mr.
He
Neil,
did well, by the way.
I'm so proud of him. I really
Ask about it.
Good. To
Get a partner who will support you. You know, it's not all about bells and whistles, but you just basically need somebody that will support, you support each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I have, a partner who supports, we support each other, whatever we do. And the kids are right along, because they have to see how hard we have to grind sometimes to make these money. And so we have to tell them, hey, you can't get everything you ask for. This is what you have to do to get it. You have to work hard.
Yeah.
So they're up early with me on the road to come to sun up in the mornings. And so they're there seeing, and as they're seeing, they're learning, and then we're there coaching. Hey, this is life. This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
If you want to get to where you want to get to, you have to work hard.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, Chantal, for the people that are not in a relationship, but also a partner, you can have supportive friends.
Definite.
Right? You can put your financial goals, and they would be like the ones to say, hey, I respect where you're going, and I will contribute towards your goals too. Because that's the kind of people that you need to have around. People that will not see like, oh, you're trying to take time away from me, but no, we're gonna nourish your goals as well and support you during that process. Right? So I loved it, and just to highlight something that whenever we start to like find out what our side hustle is, I love the fact that it takes time for us to get to know ourselves better, right? And I think that's the game changer there, knowing what are your skills, what are your talents, and from there,
Done.
everything can take
And if
off.
you're good at something, why not utilize that to make some money for
I
yourself?
agree with
Like,
you. Definite.
don't just be good at it, baby. Be good at making money with it.
That's
so
true.
I think that's
true.
gonna help.
Yeah,
a
the
long
thing
way.
is, you don't have to have a big degree or a lot of training. YouTube is there. You could learn. There's so much things
true.
that you can learn if you want to crochet. The other day, I saw Ladyville Highlights promoting a disabled young lady who does crochet.
Ooh.
Like, everybody can do something.
Everybody can do something.
Everybody can do something. So there's no excuse for you not having what you need. And I say need, because a lot of times we kill ourselves trying to work for things that we don't need.
Yeah.
And so the goal is to have a better life, and to be happy, to be at peace, to be content with what we have.
Yeah. So Chantal with the green jacket, you did a wonderful job.
I'm
Thank you
so
so
proud
much.
of you
Thank you so
for
much for the
coming
tips.
on.
Yes.
As we wrap up this conversation, can you share the Facebook group's names so that people can, join your boot camp and get involved and make their finances goals for this
Definitely.
year?
You can find me on Facebook at Business Finance Bootcamp. Just send me a request. I'll add you to the group, and we go from there.
Very well.
Ooh,
We love it.
guys.
We love it.
That's the tips into making multiple streams of income because one is not cutting it.
Nope.
Period. The money jacket says it all for you guys. Again, thank you so much, Shans, for being here. We truly appreciated this conversation. Guys, get your motivation, get your tips, get your mentorship, all at Business Finance Bootcamp. Go and send your request today. And we're going to send you into a commercial break. And when we are back, we're going to be wrapping up with a very cute open-ended that Uncle Chester said we should talk about. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.